Alright. Back. We're back. We're back in black. Alright, so we're back in Warcraft. See if we can grind out some stuff here. We just trying to grind out money right now just so we can do a respec, I think, which is going to cost me 5 gold. So we're just going to grind these mobs and try to make money as fast as we can. What buffs are we missing? We've got Spirit, Protection, Strength. We don't have Agility. Let's go with Agility, and I don't think we have Stamina. Let's go with Stamina. Alright. I'm gonna run out of scroll buffs, unfortunately, but we'll just try to buy some more from the vendor in Stormwest. The only luxury I'm allowing this character is the ability to get scrolls from the scroll vendor, but keep in mind those scrolls I think only go up to scroll rank 2, so they never get better than 2. And 2's is only like level 20-ish, so but they definitely are going to fall off once they get higher level. Not going to be very good. But a little bit of buff's better than no buff.
Lovely.
What add-ons? I use Bartender is my main one that sets up kind of the layout of the UI. You know, as Bartender. So you can see that Bartender is setting up all my bars. You know, like I do stuff like I hide my micro menu, my bag bar, and let's say mouse over, you don't even see it. I kind of changed the opacity of the bars over here to the right to make them not, you know, super visible. Sometimes I'll change the opacity of bar 6 and 5 here beneath my character to be pretty not visible, but I haven't done that currently with this particular character. Yeah, the map is Sexy Map. That's an add-on called Sexy Map. Pretty popular one, a lot of people use it. It's got different types of layouts, you know. Yeah, Sexy Map's good. But just for add-ons in general, I use Scrap, which just on this character, it's really not the only thing it's really doing for me on this character is auto repairing for me when I go to a vendor. You know, I use Auctionator, which I actually should turn this off because we can't use the auction now, so I'll go ahead and turn it off. Extended character stats. Let me reload the UI. Extended character stats is this window here. So you're going to get this little button here. It's going to show you different, more additional information. You can also customize it and, you know, only show what you want to see. Like, I don't really care about, like, mana, so I'm not showing mana or spell power. Yeah, the color is... That's because I'm using a third-party thing. I'm using a third-party program called Reshade, right? So you install Reshade outside of WoW, and it creates a filters that you can apply to the game to make the graphics look, you know, you can manipulate the graphics to look different, you know, better color, better sharpness. So if I turn it all off, you know, this is what WoW looks like normally, which as you can see is pretty awful, to be honest. This is what WoW would look like if I wasn't using my filters, which is really bad. So, yeah, so I put in a sharpen filter, a couple different sharpen filters. You can really notice if you look at my tooltips or look at my name, my character name, Shady Moon here. Notice how, like, it's a little blurry. You notice how, like, my bars are a little bit, you know, they don't look that great. But then we go to sharpen, turn the sharpen up, add the adaptive and lumen. You can see it's much clearer. It's really good for streaming too, so the images look crisper in the stream. And then, of course, levels curves is just going to increase the kind of darkness and contrast. Colorfulness adds color. Vibrance also adds color. And Vignette actually softens the edges of my entire window. So it's not a huge effect, but you can see I'm kind of clicking it on. You can actually tell if you look at the minimap here. As I'm like clicking it on and off, you can see the minimap's getting a little darker when it's on. So it kind of darkens the edges of my monitor. I like that because it just softens the the screen a little bit. It's probably better for my eyes too. Yeah, and then other add-ons. Not nothing crazy. Gather mate for gathering. For herbs. I don't really need this because this particular character is not doing gathering. But I don't. Kui nameplates is my target nameplates for the enemy. So the plates that appear over the enemy's head is Kui nameplates. So this nameplate here, Kui nameplates. Mask is a skin over the actual buttons. So like on the hotbar, you can see how specifically these buttons here, you'll notice the edges of them here. I'll just change it here. Hold on a second. If you change mask, it's very easy to see the difference. If I change it to let's just do Blizzard Classic. Notice how all the buttons change. They're all the border, they're much bigger looking, bigger borders. But when I change it back to Mask Shadow 1, it makes it look like they're more inset, and it darkens the edges. It also works for the debuffs too, which looks really cool actually. Like if you get poison up here as a debuff, it softens the edges of that as well, which looks really good. I also use Move Any, which just allows me to move pretty much any window. Like certain windows, character window, I can just move this around. I don't know if you can do this without Move Any. Lets me move pretty much any kind of window frame, like quest log. Like if I go to like this, I can move my quest log wherever I want. So that's pretty cool. Mixed Scrolling Battle Text is one of my all-time favorite add-ons. It's basically controls. It controls, again, I can move any. It controls where my combat text scrolls on the screen. So like damage I'm doing is going to scroll here in the outgoing area, right? And incoming damage is going to be over here, and then notifications is here. I like the notifications to be here. And the most important notification on hardcore is when you're entering combat and when you're leaving combat. It's incredibly important to know when you're entering combat or leaving combat, because you may be trying to get off like a heal, eating food as fast as you can. Yeah, this is mixed scrolling battle text. What do you mean voice? What are you saying voice? And the one for your health and oh, the voice for revenge? Yeah, that's mixed scrolling battle text. Here, let me here, hold on a second. So yeah, I have audio alerts set up for stuff like revenge, right? So basically I have some triggers here, and one of them is going to be event outgoing. So when an enemy dodges my attack, that's when I can actually use overpower, for example, right? So if an enemy dodges my attack, which is going to be a incoming player. Keep in mind, incoming player are things that the enemy's doing. It's information that's coming from what the enemy's doing. So if an enemy dodges my melee attack, it's going to come under here as melee. And I've also put custom text, right? Now, unfortunately, mixed scrolling battle text isn't working. I mean, it's working, but I can't change the colors right now for some reason. It's just not working. So if I go in here and change it to something else, it just, well, here, I'll change it to blue. See how it's not updating. So this is one of those add-ons that whoever made it doesn't continue to update it. So it's always hard to keep this add-on in a working state, which is unfortunate because it's probably one of the add-ons I rely upon almost more than any add-on. But if an enemy dodges my attack, I've got an audio file. Actually, it's not this one. It's not dodge. I guess maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's outgoing player. Yeah, see here it says revenge. Yeah, if an enemy dodges my attack, lovely, I've got a sound that I play. It's just this British girl's voice. I pulled this clip off the web years ago. Lovely. It just says lovely. Lovely. I use that sound clip because it's not annoying. I can hear that over and over, and it doesn't really annoy me. I've tried other sound clips, but they just get annoying. You know what I mean? So you want something that you hear it, but you don't want it to annoy you. Lovely. So this is just a very kind of non-annoying sound that I hear. It lets me know that revenge, and it could be overpower too, right? It's revenge or overpower. So we probably should call it over. Probably should rename it, but it's really for revenge or overpower. Okay. And then, we have low health warnings, and then on triggers, Like, for example, like when my battle shout drops, I've got a trigger that says the battle isn't over, and it plays the sound effect. All right. If someone buffs me with another buff, I think this is a Blessing of Might, maybe. Yeah, Blessing of Wisdom. So if someone happened to bless me with Blessing of Wisdom, and Blessing of Wisdom would when it expires, we'd hear that same sound. If someone bless, I've got another trigger. If someone applies thorns to me, and when that disappears, it doesn't play anything because apparently I don't have the Guild Wars 2. Oh, this is the Guild Wars 2 UI. I don't have that on this version of WoW, but that's funny. But anyways, but we see the text will appear on the screen. Says you know, thorns is gone, and I have a bunch of them. A lot of these are from even different versions of WoW, but you know, low health. I've got a low health warning. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Which says you can kiss your ass goodbye. This triggers, I think, at around 58% health. Then I've got another one that triggers. I have 3 different health warnings, believe it or not. I've got one called that triggers when my health is below 43%. This sound will play this one. You were screwed. Which says you are screwed. And then when I get really low and I'm really getting to a scary part, like I'm really low on health. So I actually have 3 health warnings. This one here is when my health is below 35%. When your health is below 35%, you're pretty low, right? To me, that's your scary low. And then it's going to just play this. And it's going to say on the screen, I am dying. So whenever that plays, it's a little nervous. Yeah, I mean these are things I use in hardcore. Like the I am dying I don't use unless I'm playing hardcore WoW. To be honest. But yeah, they're just 3 different they trigger at different times to let me know it lets me know where my health is. The last thing you want to be doing in hardcore WoW is looking down at trying to figure out what your health is. You shouldn't have to worry. I mean, you'll see a lot of hardcore death clips where people just died because they didn't realize what their health was. They didn't realize, like maybe they killed a mob and they're talking to someone on stream and they just immediately pulled the next mob without, healing up, which I do that all the time. But then, of course, I notice it right away because I get a warning saying, you can kiss your ass goodbye, which lets me know my health's like 58%. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't, either I took some big damage or most likely, I forgot to heal up in between pulls, Yeah, I mean, so many people die in hardcore because they're just not paying attention to their health. It's a simple thing, right? Super simple thing. You can see, right, see it says dodged, right? Lovely. And there's see revenge, says revenge. It means I can use overpower or revenge. You can use overpower or revenge. Yeah, I figured that was you. Yeah, I like to listen to music I want to listen to, but a lot of times, like I said, they're going to block your stream if you just listen to a lot of like copyrighted music, unfortunately, which sucks. Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Yeah, I mean, you're going to hear that audio alert, like you can kiss your ass goodbye. That shit procs all the time. Just because I'm always dropping below half health, like all the time. Because I'm wearing gray gear, I have extremely low health pool. Like right now I've got like maybe 800 health, but that's mostly because I've got 4 stamina from a scroll, and I've got 6 stamina from a food buff. So you get muted sections in your stream on Twitch just from the WoW environment, really? Yeah, I don't stream on Twitch. I probably, you know, I've been streaming a long time. If I streamed on Twitch, I'd probably have like 10 times more viewers, to be honest. I just don't like Twitch. I don't like the interface. I don't like the ads that it always throws at everybody. YouTube is so much more simplistic, and I find it much easier to just get in and use, but but yeah, I mean, if you look at my YouTube channel, right? Like if you go to my YouTube channel, let's see. Oops, I didn't mean to click that button. Yeah, let's just do this. I don't think it says, does it say? Here. Okay, my channels have 1.4 million views, right? There's 3,317 videos on my YouTube channel with over 1.4 million views, and yet I've only got, you know, just under 3,000 subs. My point being, if I had that many streams and videos on Twitch, I probably would have a lot more, you know, a lot more viewers. Ad blocker works. What'd you say? Ad blocker works. So you have like an ad blocker for YouTube, or you have an ad blocker or for what Twitch, or? I don't use ad blockers. I just don't use them. If something's throwing up ads, I either don't go to that site or I get it like I have YouTube Premium. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really hate these rabies, man. The rabies is such a bad debuff. Health regen just sucks.
Lovely.
I never use Thunderclap. I just wanted to throw one in there just because I never used the damn ability. You talking about on YouTube? Yeah. I make very, very, very little money on YouTube. Like, I mean, I make like maybe 30. It just depends. I mean, most of the money I make on YouTube is probably donations, but I don't get very many donations. You know, maybe I make like anywhere from 50 to 100 bucks a month on YouTube. It's pretty bad, you know. I mean, sometimes, and it's kind of sad because it's just because I'm lazy and I don't put that much effort into it. But I do watch YouTubers that make a ton of money streaming, and I'm not gonna lie, they're awful. I'm like, they don't know the game. Like I've seen WoW streamers that have tons and tons of subscribers that make quite a bit of money streaming WoW, and they're not good at the game. They don't really understand the game that well. You know, they're not the best person at presenting. They're not like that entertaining, at least not to me anyway. And yet they still do pretty well. So it just comes down to getting, I guess, exposure. Yeah.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yes, I can kiss my ass goodbye like every single fight. Every single fight, it's like I'm dying. You know what I mean? My hope is that when I get 5 gold, I can respec and drop all the talent points of protection and put them into arms and fury. That's my hope. I mean, we're gonna go for probably improved rend. I don't know. Mizkif? Yeah, Mizkif. I can't stand it. I think Mizkif is the biggest freaking douchebag. Can't stand that guy. Yeah, Mizkif and Tyler both. Like, terrible at the game. Tyler's like a complete asshole. Like, he's been banned. He was banned on League of Legends like 6 different times, right? Like, Google Tyler 1. Like, dude, read up on his... Because I did it... I didn't even know who the guy was. Like, I literally didn't even know who this guy was until like maybe a year ago. Because he would come up on like WoW streams when we started doing WoW content. And I'm like, this guy's a freaking idiot. He acts like an idiot. He's yelling. He's screaming. And that's, I'm like, I'm sorry. And then so I looked up, and he has been banned on League. He was basically came out as a League of Legends streamer, and he's good. He's like really good at League of Legends, right? But he's super toxic. Was banned like 6.
Lovely.
He was banned like 6 different times on League of Legends for toxicity, for being basically a complete asshole. And then he even was permanent banned. I mean, permanently banned from the game. Like, he couldn't even play the game. He was so, he got so banned. You know what I mean? I think I can probably learn this recipe, right? No, not quite. Yeah, like if you look it up, it's ridiculous, dude. And it's like people watch this jackass, right? And it just goes, but I mean, it's just the same thing with like, I mean, look at this idiot. Look at this guy. What is this famous head dent? This is a famous. So go to Wikipedia. Initial popularity and ban, right? He increased his toxic behavior in order to draw more views. So he actually became more toxic just to get more viewers, right? Where's the... he gained notoriety when he was indefinitely banned from League of Legends in 2016 for his toxic and disruptive behavior towards other players, earning him the nickname the most toxic player in North America. He was unbanned in 2018 after an appeal. His first stream after reinstatement peaked at over 382,000. I mean, people that want to watch this guy act like a dick on stream, I just question people like that. I'm like, how pathetic is your life that you have to watch someone act like a dick on stream to get entertainment, But that's the whole thing with like when they had that with Jerry Springer, right? Like, I don't like that kind of entertainment. I don't like to watch stupid people act stupid, because in my book they're just fucking stupid. Why do I want to watch someone who's dumb act dumb? I feel like my intelligence drops. I feel like I get more unintelligent watching somebody who's dumb acting dumb. Like Tyler 1, he acts like a fucking idiot. It's not entertaining to me, right? Like, there are very few streamers that I watch, right? Like, that I look at and say that they're entertaining. Like, I like Cargos because Cargos is real. He's just a normal guy, and he talks about normal things. You know what I mean? He talks about stuff he enjoys. To me, like, what's cool is a streamer who is passionate about the game and talks about the game. He talks positively about the game. He's like, oh man, World of Warcraft, this is what I like to play. This is what I do. This is how I build my character. This works for me. It may not work for you, but this is cool. This is how I like to, that's kind of the way I do it. I'm playing the game just because I enjoy the game. To me, World of Warcraft is my own personal therapist, right? Like, because the real world sucks. Let's be honest. The world we live in, it sucks. I have to get up Monday through Friday. I have to go to work. I got to work, 8 hours a day doing shit I don't really want to do, right? It's not that I don't like what I do, because I'm a programmer, right? I like programming, but I'm programming for other people who are making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I'm not making millions and millions of dollars. You know what I mean? And what I would much rather do is make video games, or work on digital special effects for film. That's something I always wanted to do. Growing up, when I looked at going to college, what I wanted to do was either work on digital special effects for films or work on graphics and animation for video games or films. That was what I wanted to do. But you got to realize I'm really old. I'm an old gentleman. And when I got out of high school, those types of careers weren't that big. There wasn't that many colleges that taught that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So I mean, but yeah, so like the streamers, I can't watch that kind of shit. And the other thing that gets me with the streamers is just the inconsistency, like the bullshit. Like if you go and watch, because the hardcore community, right, like is all about. If you watch all the videos on the hardcore community stuff, like if you go to these WoW hardcore clips, I mean they're entertaining, right? Who doesn't like watching people die? I mean, it's entertainment. I mean, I'm just like anybody else. I enjoy watching people in the hardcore clips and people get killed. It's cool, and that's what's fun about hardcore. That's why hardcore I think is a much better version of WoW to stream and watch than than the regular versions of World of Warcraft. The one thing that I always get a kick out of is I get a kick out of how bad people are at the game. You know what I mean? Like, and not that I'm trying to be mean. I mean, everybody's got different experiences with World of Warcraft. Some people played the game for years. Some people have played the game for a few months. It's amazing that the game being as old as it is, that there's still so many people who've never really played it. You'll see people all the time who come into WoW and they're like, "Oh, this," or not necessarily WoW. They've usually played some version of WoW, but just so you'll see people come into WoW, like hardcore WoW, and be like, "I've never played classic WoW before. I've never played like vanilla WoW." You know what I mean? So you're since 2000. See, I'm an OG, man. I played WoW since beta, right? I was on Doomhammer in 2004 beta when the WoW wasn't even released yet. I was playing it, right? I got invited to the beta program. So I've been playing WoW since 2004, and on Doomhammer. Doomhammer was one of the original beta realms. But anyways, so what I get a kick out of is watching people's interfaces a lot, like how they say. Because I mean, really, hardcore is not very difficult. It's not as difficult as people make it out to be. I mean, the most difficult part about hardcore WoW is that you don't have, if you haven't played vanilla WoW, you don't have the knowledge of just, where the danger lies. You don't know where the high level, like where the elites might be. You don't know where maybe there's some town guards of the other faction. You don't know where there's some like rare world bosses where they spawn and path around. You don't know that stuff. Now, once you get past that and know that stuff, then it just comes down to simple stuff like your interface, like building out your interface in a way that it helps you not die, you know? Like I said, with audio, like health warnings, unit scan, not blocking up your UI with a bunch of junk. Like this guy's UI is terrible, to be honest, right? I mean, he doesn't scale the UI at all, so that's why his buttons are stretched all the way across the bottom of the screen because he's using the base scaling. Like if you go into WoW, you have an interface scale, right? Like if I enter the game, let me just go into, I don't know, Shaman. I guess we'll go to this character, but I've got a really bad headache at the moment, so that's why I'm a little talking funny because my head's killing me. But if you go into the video, I think what options, graphics, or something, look at the renders. Like look at the UI scale. Like I don't know what the default is, but mine's set. I've actually got UI scale on, and I've scaled the UI down as small as I possibly can, down to 65%. I don't know what most people have theirs. I don't know what the default's 100 or whatever. I'm not going to move it around because I might screw up my interface, but I'm just, I try to keep my screen really free of junk, I don't want there to be a bunch of crap you know, in my way, you know. And I've seen people, again, the hardcore clips are fun to watch because you get to see people die for lots of various reasons. But when I watch it, because I've played the game since 2004 and I know the game inside and out, I can always, like a lot of times before they die, I can usually tell you why they're going to die before they've even gotten to the situation where the shit's going to hit the fan. I'm like, oh, okay, this mob, you know, where they are in the world, there's some like group of elites that path this way, or maybe, you know, there's the world boss that might pop up here. Oh, they're in this dungeon. Their backs face, you know, they're in Sunken Temple, and their backs face to the middle hole in the middle, and the dragon's gonna punt them down the hole. Oh, they're over in like Airy Peak, and they're trying to get the, you know, the Zulfara camera quest, and they think that they can solo this troll, but they don't realize that she hexes for like a really long time, so they're gonna get hexed, they're gonna die. I mean, I pretty much watch these streams and I know what's gonna happen, right? Yours is 67, yeah. So let's take a look. But and these are, like I said, these are really fun to watch. One of the comments that I had, I don't know who does these. There's two different channels. There's WoW Hardcore Clips and there's Classic Hardcore or something. There's two, I don't know why there's two. I don't know if they're run by the same person. There's Classic Hardcore, there's WoW Hardcore Clips, and then there's Classic Hardcore Moments. But they both tend to post pretty much the same videos. But the one thing that gets me is whoever does this, like, and I talked about this a couple times. There's this one guy in hardcore, because I've played hardcore for a long time. Like I played the hardcore community thing that Cargos and those guys set up, you know, about 2 or 3 years ago. And there's this one guy who died, and you know, and it's all in the Discord server, right? Like if you go into here, there's the classic WoW hardcore is here, right? That's another thing. That's another story for another day. Is that I used to be. It pisses me off to this day that on classic hardcore there's VIPs. I was one of the first VIPs in this Discord, right? I was made VIP, I believe, by Cargos, and then my VIP was taken away from me, which this is the kind of stupid shenanigans that go on in the hardcore community, because I said something negative against, I believe, what's his name? I don't see him online, but one of the guys in here who worked on the Rested XP add-on. I kind of had an argument with the guy, and I'm not a fan of Rested XP, by the way. And because of that, and because I said a few negative things, they removed my VIP status, which I thought was kind of stupid. I thought it was dumb. But anyways, I wonder if we can find it. Let's do a search. I'm just kind of curious because I haven't really searched on here. Where is? Let's go to World Chat. Yeah, see, oh, here's even someone else that's C Dank dead again. Right? So this guy's C Dank. C Dank and his friends griefing tournament, whatever. This guy C Dank, like he died one time, and the hardcore clip was in the hardcore clips channel on the hardcore classic hardcore Discord server. And I responded to his video just saying, you know, oh, you know, you could have done this and this to avoid dying. And he responded back with kind of an asshole-ish, like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? You know? Yeah, he responded with some kind of an asshole comment or something. And I said, and I was just trying to help the guy out, right? And say, hey, you could have done this to survive. And he responded with some sort of a douchey kind of asshole comment. So after that, in this hardcore clips channel here, there's been like multiple hardcore clips where C Dank is in them because he's dying. And so all I did was I was going into in the clip, I would go to the comment section and I just typed this in. I would say, oh, C Dank died again. You know, nothing new to see here, right? I typed that a couple times on some of these videos where he died, and the comment was removed. Like literally, whoever runs this channel removed my comment, which I thought was really funny because it wasn't like a really super mean thing to say. It was just like, whatever, he dies all the time, right? That's what, you know. But the thing that kind of pissed me off about that was the person who runs this makes fun of the people in the clips. Like as people are dying or they do stupid things, he'll put text on the screen that says, oh, I don't know why they're doing that, or oh, they should have done this. He basically makes fun of them. And I'm like, so you're going to sit here and police the comments section because you think somebody said something that maybe is inappropriate, or maybe C Dinks is your butt buddy or something. And but it's okay for you to make fun of everybody, right? Honestly, I think that having this channel and posting these death moments, really, you should take a step back and you shouldn't be saying anything negative about anybody because you're the person who's posting this content for people to watch. Let the comment section be the douchebags that are gonna make fun of people, because that's, that's gonna happen, right? That's kind of, and it's like I said, it's entertaining. People are gonna make fun and do whatever. But why do you have to be the person to basically not only put the videos up but then make fun of people in the video? I don't really agree with that. And if you guys ever, and I never heard of Grubby, the Grubby guy streamer. I'd never heard of this guy before because I don't pay attention to a lot of streamers. But if you look at Grubby, right, this guy here.
Let's go through what happened.
Yeah, Goose's death was great. Yeah, that was a funny one. But this guy Grubby, I'd never heard of him before he started playing on the hardcore community. And I like this guy. Like, this is one of the few streamers, like this Grubby guy, who seems like a good person, a nice person, not a dick. And one thing he said in one of the videos, and like I said, I don't really watch a lot of streamers. I play the game, but I'll sometimes watch videos where there's just, drama, because, it's entertainment, right? But even me, I get sick of the drama shit. But this whole pirate software situation was kind of ridiculous. The pirate software dude he's obviously got a real big ego. I mean, it's obvious that he's got a major ego issue. But Grubby said in one of his clips, I saw a clip where he said, if you make fun of people for dying, you're just an asshole, basically. That's basically what he said. I'm paraphrasing. But he basically said, I don't agree with people making fun of people for dying, and that if you sit there and make fun or laugh at people for dying, that's not good. You're kind of being a jerk. And so I really appreciate him saying that, because I agree. I think you really shouldn't. But I mean, I do it. I mean, we all do it, right? It's not like it's not like I'm trying to make fun of the person for dying, but you definitely get a little chuckle and you laugh, and that's why you watch the videos. It's funny, right? And sometimes it's hard to believe that people can be blah blah. I can't talk. Sometimes it's hard to believe that people are so bad at the game, especially a game that's been around for 20 some years. It's not like WoW's that difficult, to be honest. So, but I love to watch the videos, and like my first comments usually revolve around the interface, because I think one of the biggest failures of people in hardcore is just how they set up their UI, right? Because you can set up your UI for failure, right? And his got, big, he's not a healer, so I don't know. He doesn't need his party window to be this big because he's not a healer. The only time even if he was a healer, I wouldn't want it to be that big, but whatever. Yeah, the pirate software was way over the top, right? All that should have happened with the pirate software, here's what should have happened. The guy refused to come back and help people. He obviously was afraid that he might get killed. Okay? All that should have happened is you should have just said, hey, you're kind of an asshole because you bailed on us. I'm not going to group with you anymore. That's all that had to be done. Just say, you know what, pirate? You're an asshole for not helping us, and I'm not going to ever group with you again. Okay? You don't have to be cruel and mean. I mean, I've played with, I played on, I'm trying to remember the name of the server. I played on Skull Rock, right? Hardcore server. And I was in a really good guild. I was in a guild called Reload on Skull Rock. And the guild leader was a little fanatical, but he was really good. He was a good guild leader. Wasn't very good at the game, which was kind of funny. He wasn't the best player, right? But he was a really good guild leader because he was very active, and he knew how to get people motivated to help each other. He was really good at getting people to help each other and group together. But there were instances where we had people in the guild that when the shit hit the fan in in Skullomance or wherever, UBRS or whatever dungeon we were running, they would, roach out. They'd just run, Well, I can tell you those people didn't last in the guild very long, because if you did that, you basically the word got passed around inside the guild that that's what you did. And so people weren't mean to you. People didn't call you names. People didn't, berate you. They just chose not to group with you. right? They chose not to group with you. And they wouldn't be like, you're an asshole. They would just be like, yeah, sorry, I'm not going to group with you because, I just feel like you're the kind of person who, when the shit hits the fan, you're not really going to help out. Yeah, that Yamato guy. Yeah, I agree. Yamato was crying, and from what I saw, he didn't really do much of anything either. I mean, it's something my wife always likes to say is you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like I will jokingly say something like a dig at her, and not, just kind of a joke. And she'll say, "You better check yourself before you wreck," because she could easily flip that around and make the same comment against me, right? I could say something like, "Hey, you didn't exercise today." She's like, "Yeah, but did you exercise today?" It's the same thing. Like if you're gonna sit there and criticize Pirate, but you didn't do that much either, you know. And another person I do like is Snoopy. Like you've seen Snoopy. I watch Snoopy from because I play retail WoW sometimes, and I love PvP. So whenever I play WoW, all I do is PvP. And so I came across Snoopy. I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, year and a half, 2 years, and I enjoyed watching some of Snoopy's content because he's just seems like he's like a nice little kid. Um, he's a good player in retail, but he's really fun to watch in vanilla because he was so bad. But the thing is, vanilla is so different than retail. It's so different. So I don't know who Sardanko is. I don't like. I actually tried to get into the OnlyFans guild only because I wanted the inside scoop. I only did it because I wanted to see if I could get into the OnlyFans guild on the Horde site just so that I could use it as content for my stream, just so I could say, hey, this is what's going on in the guild. So I could get kind of the inside scoop. But of course they didn't let me in the guild because I don't stream on Twitch. And then one guy in the guild said, well, you don't stream on Twitch because like the application for OnlyFans is Twitch only. You have to be a streamer on Twitch. Even though I do have a Twitch account, I just don't stream on Twitch. But and then one of the guys said, "Well, you wouldn't get in anyway." And I'm like, "Why is that?" And he's like, "Well, you're just not big enough. It's only big streamers," which I think is really funny because there's tons and tons. It's only big streamers, or he did say, or friends of big streamers. And this is why I kind of got a sour taste in my mouth on the hardcore community. Like Cargos and those guys had originally done like the community-based hardcore. Then they did this like All Stars, like classic All Stars hardcore thing where they did like these events. And it just, what happened was it became the cool kids club. You know what I mean? It all became like if you're cool and if you're in with the right people, you were okay to like be able to do like hardcore molten core runs and stuff like that. But if you weren't like in with the cool kids, you weren't going to get invited, right? Like I got invited into Cargos's guild during the Road to Ragnaros event, right? Which was a community-based hardcore event where they were trying to gear everybody up, and the whole advertisement around it. They even put out YouTube videos advertising was like everybody was welcome. It was this whole community thing where everybody could get together and you didn't have to be a raider. You could just be a crafter and you could help make consumables for the raiders. And it was just this whole, feel good story of like, everybody's going to help each other. And we're all going to try to do this. But it didn't turn out that way. What it turned out to be was, once again, it was just the cool kid club. The kids that all like were friends with each other, who had been playing together for a long time and who were like well-known streamers, were all like the ones that did the raids. And if you weren't one of those people, good luck trying to get a raid spot. You were going to get a raid spot, basically. So it was just bullshit. And the funny part is I'm a better player in WoW than probably most of those players anyway. Like I'm actually more skilled in the game than most of those players, right? It's just that I'm not someone who goes around and kisses everybody's ass or makes an ass of myself on stream just for viewers, right? That's just not me, right? So I get a laugh out of all of it. I find it really kind of humorous, really comical and stupid all at the same time. But Snoop didn't make a big about his death much, then died again. Running. Yeah, he died. I heard he died then, and then he died in Wailing Caverns when the one guy was trying to. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Poor Snoopy. He died like 3 times, and I like Snoopy though. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's just a kid, man, compared to I mean, see just to show you, like, see this clip, see this image right here, right? Let me show you something. So if I go to my computer, right, I go to, let's see, YouTube channel, classic hardcore. Look, I've got a classic hardcore assets folder. I've got a classic hardcore Atlas, world tour folder. I've got, so I have community designs, Dynet logos and branding. I've got, because I've been a part of the classic WoW hardcore community for a long time, you know. I wonder if this, yeah, these are some of the old assets. My point is, I've been around, this kind of community for a long time, and I've been, whatever, I mean, I've got, you can see, I mean, I've got most of the assets that were created by the community base, like this, and this is back to like the original hardcore, right? This is like one of the badges that you would like overlay, like you can overlay, and they're still in my stream, right? Like here, like if I go into the game, right? I still have all this shit because I've streamed for all of these different events. Like if I went to here, if I go to my Horde Shaman, and yeah, let's just go to my Horde Shaman, because I don't want to mess around with my hardcore character on. Like if I go in here to my Horde Shaman, and I go look, like here's, like you can see, like here's one frame, here's an alliance frame, right? Here's the World Tour Hardcores event, right? You can see that like image in the top left corner of the stream. What else? I've got the Deviant Delight. Here's a Deviant Delight overlay when we were doing the Deviant Delight event. Let's see. Hardcore portrait. Here's the exact same hardcore portrait image that we just saw in the videos we were just watching. Right. So I mean, what I'm saying is I've been a part of this community for a very, very long time. And I've seen, and the only reason I bring that up is I've seen these people, how they've acted, like, and how stuff has played out. That's why I have the perspective that I do. That's why I can be, I don't want to say negative, but there's a lot of crap that goes on. But it's a video game, right? This happens in every video game probably. But there's a lot of people in these communities that are, all they care about is views. They're just trying to get views to make money. They're not really good people. Like that one guy is the biggest, like the Mizkif or whatever his name is. That guy's the biggest fucking asshole. Like if I ever met that guy in the real world, I'd be like, "You're a fucking dick." I mean, I would walk up to him and say, "You're a fucking dick." I would have no problem calling that guy a dick because he is. Because he's just a dick. Now Tyler 1, I wouldn't call him a dick in real life because he'd probably kick my ass. Tyler 1, the guy's he's like former like running back from college, and he's like built like a tank. I probably wouldn't call him a dick to his face, not unless I had my unless I had my 9mm with me. I'd be packing something. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Miz, I would have no problem calling that guy a douchebag to his face because he is a douchebag. The other thing that's really funny on these clips is you see a lot of the same people. And you see a lot of the same people dying over and over again. I'm just like, Okay, so now this guy's, like, his interface isn't, like, horrible. It's too big, once again, but it's not horrible. Now, he's got someone he's using either mask or, yeah, this looks like mask. See how the back of his hotbars are black? That's probably just using mask. And then he's got sex. I don't know if that's sexy map or not. It might be. But then he's got the stupid streamer package for OnlyFans, I believe. It's got this little M thing. Basically, it collapses a lot of the mini-map icons into one little button, which is kind of gay, to be honest. And then he's got the details add-on up here. He's got, of course, Rested XP, which I fucking hate Rested XP. Rested XP is my brain. I just actually play the game. He's got like a trinket bar, and I don't know why he's got level 49 here. And he's got the default size. So, whatever. Oh, use that button. Ah, yeah. Well, people can use whatever they want.
With the multi-shot off the rip, you gotta love it.
My thing, what I do is I just try to disable as many minimap buttons icons as I can. If I could, I would get rid of all of them. Like I don't want there to be a bunch of buttons on my minimap. I try to like turn them all off, but unfortunately you can't turn them all off. Some of them are still on, unfortunately.
I'm dead. Holy fuck, dude. I'm stunned.
Okay, what's he doing wrong, right? Other than the fact that he's running around in a circle and he seems like he has no idea what he's doing. But let's take a look. I mean, he's got like the. I watch these videos and they just like, you know. He's got the swing timers, which I mean, is he really using them? I always question when I see warriors with swing timers. I mean, the only reason you really need the swing timers is if you're hamstring kiting while you're leveling. I really doubt that most of them are. They might do it for like 2 seconds to be like, hey, look, I can hamstring kite. But are they doing it for the entire leveling experience? Probably not. So do they really need a swing timer? Probably not. It's probably I would venture to say that 80 to 90% of people that use swing timers probably really don't use them that much. So it's just a waste of time. You know what I mean? So he's a warrior. Again, you got a warrior who's you got threat. So just judging on the threat, I'm assuming he is the tank, and looking at the group the group makeup, I'm assuming he's the tank. But he's tanking with a two-hand, which is a big, I'm not a fan, like when I tank with a shield. That's just me. But I like shields. That's the way I like to play MMOs. I'm a sword and board kind of guy. I love having a sword and shield. I think it's cool. I think it's like Dungeons and Dragons, man. If I'm a tank, I got to have that shield to protect me and protect my party. I mean, if you're like a meat shield, you should have a shield. So I know that two-hand tanking can generate more threat, but how many times do you see two-hand tanks die because they're taking? Guess what? Two-hand tanks taking a lot more damage. He's taking a lot more damage. Means the healer's got to heal a lot more. Means she's running out of mana a lot faster. So two-hander. Yeah, I'm sorry. Two-hand tanking is again, I understand why they do it. I just personally wouldn't do it myself. And at the very least, if you are going to do it, be able to switch to your shield if you need to. Okay? At the very least, be able to switch to your shield. So when you watch this guy and he starts complaining about, oh my god, I'm rooted, if he starts to take a lot of damage, why don't you put your shield on? Your shield's going to mitigate a lot of damage.
I'm stunned.
So I mean, think about it. See where his health is? He should already have put a shield on. Because at this point, the hunter is doing AoE damage. You've got a warlock who can probably do some pretty decent AoE damage. You've got a rogue who's going to do decent damage. So your role really here isn't to like do a ton of damage. Your role is to just try to make sure they're hitting you. And to make things easier for your healer, if they're hitting you, try to prevent them from doing as much damage. So, put on a shield. Yeah, and also if you're running away from mobs, don't face your back to the mob if you can help it. But
Dummy, bro. I try to tell him.
and why does every person on WoW streams always say bro, dude, bro? If I had a quarter for every time somebody in one of these stupid videos said dude or bro, I'd be a fucking millionaire, wouldn't I? I wouldn't be a millionaire, but I'd have some money.
We're gonna pull more. Dummies? What the fuck? Who multi-shotted off the rip?
The villain.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out this guy's interface. Like, this guy's interface is fucked up. Why does he have, like, bars way to the left, some way to the right? I mean, his interface is really just borked.
We're dead.
I hit a shield wall.
And what's his name? Who you own me heal? Who'd you something me heal? And so this is the perspective. I do the guy who does these videos does a great job. I mean, whoever puts these videos together, he does a very good job of. I like it when he's able to get like 2 different views from 2 different perspectives, like 2 different people in the party, We saw Kush getting his butt whooped. Now we're seeing the view from the healer's perspective.
I have fucking no mana.
I tried to kick that one.
Yeah. That's done. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm dead.
Poor healer died. Damn, man.
Fucking A.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, he's dead. Priest died. Fuck.
Yeah, if the priest died, you're dead.
I finished
Sorry,
it.
Kush, you're dead.
That's a roach angle. Yo, villain.
Yeah, you're
I don't know.
like when I'm tanking, like the only thing I'm looking at is damage. Like when I go into a dungeon, who do you want me to heal? Okay, yeah, I knew it was something like that. So like if I'm tank, like my shaman is built as kind of a tank. When I'm leveling my shaman here, she's kind of set up as a tank. So, but if I go into a dungeon, right, and I'm like, let's say I'm on my shaman here, and and I'm tanking, I always go right down to my recount and I go to damage taken, and all I care about is am I taking at least 70% of the total damage of the group. Like if I'm not taking at least 70% of the total damage, I'm not doing a good job as a tank. And if I'm taking 80%, I'm doing a very good job. If I'm taking more than 90%, I'm a god. Because if you're taking more than 90% as a tank, you are god mode, right? You're god mode tanking at that point. But if you're taking at least 70% of the damage as a tank, you're doing a good job. If you're taking 80, you're doing a great job. If you get 90% or higher, you're god mode tanking. You're an incredible threat. Okay? Or you got a group that just knows how to focus, right? That knows how to focus, which most groups in WoW don't, right? Another thing, like, most people just don't. Like, if I go into, like, if I, like here, we go to right here. Like, if you go into my macro section, I got a macro guide here called, assist, right? And what I do, we don't need to put on my bar, but you can see it's got all these different lines in it, but only one is active. All right, so this is just an assist macro that whenever I go into a dungeon as a DPS in hardcore, first thing I do is I go into my assist macro and I update it to the name of the tank that's tanking, and I assist the tank. Okay, every single time I hit who the tank is hitting, because as a DPS, that's what you should be doing, right? You're hitting who the tank's hitting. You shouldn't be hitting some random guy over in the corner. You shouldn't be hitting the mob next to the tank that he's not hitting, right? You want the tank to have threat. So if you want the tank to have threat and you don't want people to die, and you want the healer to only waste her mana healing, guess who? The tank. Guess what you should be doing? You should be hitting who the tank's hitting, right? So I might have to play the shaman this week again. The shaman's pretty cool. The one thing about the horde is there's so much more horde people on the server than Alliance. I was shocked when I played horde. I couldn't believe it. I was like, when I went to Orgrimmar, there were so many players. I was like, oh my god. I was really amazed at how many horde players there are on this server. Anyways, but I'm leveling up the shaman. Yeah, a lot of it's because of OnlyFans for sure. And I've got 2 WoW accounts, so this is 1 WoW account. On my other WoW account, I have my, here, I'll show you just really quickly. Okay, so on DOOMHOWL, on my other WoW account, I've got my 52 hunter, right? And this is a melee hunter, right? Melee hybrid, right? And then I've got my paladin, and of course I'm a big lover. I love paladins. And then I've got a self-found. Now this is my first attempt at doing the Grey Gear Warrior. So she's like 17, and then I just have some bankers. So. And there's my email address, so everybody can spam me email. Like I give a shit. But anyways, what we were talking about was really just, setting yourself up to succeed in hardcore, right? Like, how can you set yourself up to actually succeed? Watching those videos, we see a lot of bad things happen. So, or crack my BattleNet? I don't know. Good luck cracking my BattleNet. I mean, you got my username. Good luck getting past my password.
We're dead.
It's not shareable.
Another guy using the fucking rusted XP bullshit. Tiny threat, yeah, okay. And then we got details. At least he's scaled his UI down. I would say that people that put you see a lot of people put the portraits, like their player frame and the enemy frame. You'll see a lot of them pull it up this high on the screen, and I've never really, you really don't need to do that. And the reason I say you don't need to do that, and one of the biggest reasons you don't need to do this is because you really need to set up audio alerts for your character's health. If you have an audio alert like I do on my character's health, I never need to look at my character frame. The only time I really look at my character frame is just to see how much mana I have, right? Or rage or whatever. And I could easily get around that by installing a weak aura, right? If I was really worried about that, if I didn't really want to see that, you can see mine are way down at the bottom of the screen. And actually, I'm noticing something that I don't like. I can tell that this is further down the screen than it looked like it was further down the screen. Actually, it's not. It's just maybe my head's crooked. No, I don't like rest. I don't like the idea of rested XP, and I'll tell you why I don't like the idea of rested XP, because when a new MMO comes out, right? Whenever a company launches a new MMO game, and people go and play the beta or the alpha, if the MMO game has in it, right? If a new MMO comes out and you create a level 1 character and you're here in the game, right? Actually, here, where's the eraser? You can tell I don't use this tool very often. But let's say you start the game and your character starts right here and you're level 1 and you talk to this NPC and he gives you a quest, and all of a sudden this little dotted line appears on the screen saying, go here to kill some mobs. And then you go here and you follow the dotted line and you kill some mobs. And then a dotted line appears that says, go back to this NPC. And this is a dotted line on the ground, right? That shows you. And then you're like, oh, were they different sizes? I don't know. I don't think they were. You talking about on my UI? But anyways, and there's a dotted line that says go here. I guarantee you that if this was a beta of a new MMO, people would complain. People would complain, I don't want to see dots on the ground telling me where to go. Right? I guarantee. In fact, I've seen it. Right? I've seen it where MMOs have come out and it's been like this, and one of the first things people complain about, oh, this game's hold your hand. It tells you what to do. I don't like that. It's questing on rails, right? Questing on rails. Go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here. Well, guess what? Guess what rested XP is? What is rested XP? It's the same fucking thing. Go here, go here, go here, go here. It's questing on rails. So I find it hilarious that players will play a new MMO, and if it tells you what to do, exactly what to do, they complain about it. But then they'll go into World of Warcraft, and not only will they do that, but then they'll even pay money for an add-on to do it. So I find it pretty fucking hypocritical. And I'll tell you why people do it. The reason people do it is FOMO. It's FOMO. It's the fear of missing out. You're like, everybody's using the Rested XP add-on, and it makes them level faster because they don't have to think, right? You don't have to think. So they just follow this guide, and it's going to make them get to 60 quicker. And now all their friends are leveling faster because they're using Rested XP. Well, guess what? That means you feel like you have to get it. Because if you don't, you're falling behind. Right? Fuck that shit. I ain't going to do that. I level slower than these other people. Sure. But you know what? I actually enjoy the game because I do what I want to do. Like, every time I level a character from 1 to 60, it's never the same. It's never the same. I never follow the same path. Ever. Sometimes I want to grind mobs. Sometimes I want to do quests. Sometimes I want to do dungeons. It just depends. Whatever side of the bed I fell out of. You know, if I fell off the west side of my bed, I might be like, oh, I'm going to do quests today. If I fell off the east side of my bed and hit my head on the litter box, I might be like, oh, I guess I'm going to just grind some mobs today. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why. But actually, you nailed it on the head. The reason players that who haven't really played WoW that much are able to hit 60 fairly quickly is there's two reasons. One, they're being babysat by players who know the game. And two, they're just following Rested XP. Because it's just telling them exactly what to do. You know? I mean, if someone told me exactly what to do, I probably, if I used Rested XP, I'd probably level super fast. Because I know the game inside and out, but I don't use it because I don't want to. I don't want to be told how to play. It's like I want to play the game how I want to play, not because someone said, well, this is the fastest. I don't care it's the fastest way. I don't give a shit. I want to do what I want to do. But that's just me. Now, what were you saying? You said something about in the game. You said something was different sizes. Were you talking about my UI? Were you saying these are different sizes? I kind of doubt they're different sizes. I mean, yeah, they look to be the same, right? They're the same. So I'm not sure if that's what you were saying. I mean, these frames are identical. I mean, these two frames are the same. You can see. They're the same. So, I mean, you can tell that this is the same as this. The bars, it's pretty much the same, so. Anyways, I hated that I logged into my shaman because it made me want to play my shaman. That's what happens. The reason I switch characters a lot is because I'll jump on one character and I'll play it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh man, I want to play this, man. What's the night elf stereotype? What is the night elf stereotype? I want to know what the stereotype is. You say I'm proving the stereotype. What's the stereotype? I've got let's see, troll, night elf, troll. Yeah, I jump around a lot.
I mean, I'll invite you to the group, but
I like undead. I like undead a lot too on horde. Undead's probably my favorite race on the horde side.
dude, my pet's gonna die.
But what I was saying is the reason you see people pull these frames, the reason you'll see they pull these frames up is mostly because they're trying to look at the health of the enemy and they're trying to look at the health of themselves, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't need to look at the health of the enemy, because guess what? The health of the enemy is your target nameplate, right? So I mean, the health of the enemy is right here, and you're better served when you're playing the game to have your eyes focused on, what you're killing. Like having your eyes here is way better than having your eyes down here. So you don't really need to see the enemy's frame because you see your debuffs on them. And by the way, I'm pretty sure, actually, I am sure he's actually using Kui nameplates. He's using the same nameplates as I am, so I'm going to give him a lot of props for that because I think those are the best nameplates in vanilla. But yeah, he's, you've got the health here, so you don't need this plate here. That's just kind of a waste. And then the only reason he's got this plate here most likely is because he doesn't have any kind of a health warning to let him know that his health is low. And then also he may be wanting to see his pet's health. But I actually have a pet health warning as well. So my pet health drops to 50% or 60%. I've also got an audio alert for that as well. So if I'm playing my hunter, I don't really need to look at my pet's frame. I will glance at it once in a while just for the pet happiness level. That's probably about the only thing I might look at it for. But I think, yeah. And what is he's a hunter. He's got the hunter. Now he's got the swing timers again, which again, I guarantee you he doesn't need the swing timers. Like, why does he need his main hand? And why does a hunter? I mean, maybe because he doesn't know how to turn them off, and he just wanted to see his actual arrows. His like hunter timer here. He's got a separate one for his aim shot as well, which I'm not sure if that's just like a cooldown when his next aim shot is up. Not sure why you really need that, but you see a lot of people just doing stuff that's not necessary. It's not just, it's overkill. A lot of it's good though. A lot of it's good in the beginning. Like if you're new to a character and you haven't really played that character much, it's good to have. Like it's nice to have like a timer, like aim shot or something when you're new to the class, because you haven't built in your internal timer yet. The more you play a character, you get so good at the character, you build in an internal timer, and you build in the rotations. That like, like when I play my marksman hunter on Skull Rock, for example, because I had a melee hunter that I leveled to 60 as melee, but then people wouldn't let me raid as a melee hunter, so I had to respec into marksman to do some dungeons and stuff, and I out DPS'd everybody when I did, because marksman does hit pretty good. But marksman's like stupid easy, like stupid fucking easy in vanilla WoW. It's like so easy, and you're just you get to work in your your arcane shot. You're maybe throwing a service sting, maybe you're working in all your aim shots, and you're just trying not to auto clip your auto shots. And if you're smart, you're going to use multi-shot, but you got to be careful, especially in hardcore. You don't want to accidentally pull different mobs, and of course, make sure you have a macro to target roaches so you can kill the roaches. I mean, you see another thing you see in hardcore clips all the time is people dying because roaches get feared and roaches run off and aggro another group. It happens all the time. It's actually quite hilarious. When I was playing Hunter on Skull Rock, I had a macro that was specifically target roach, and that was my role. As when you're a hunter or a ranged, like every time you go into a hardcore dungeon like UBRS or Skolo, whatever, you should communicate to someone in your group it is their role to kill all roaches, right? That's their role. They need a macro that targets roach, and every time there's one, they should kill it. That's their role. And if a roach aggroes and pulls mobs and everybody dies, that's their fault, not yours. It's their fault because they didn't perform their role. But yeah, that was my role. My role as a hunter was to kill all the roach, and I always did. But usually we had a rogue too who was really good. You should have two. Basically, everybody in your group should do it. Everybody in your group who has ranged abilities should help kill roaches. You know what I mean? So. But I was saying it's a good idea, like if you're new to the class and you haven't built up your rotation memory, you don't really know like what you're supposed to use when, and you don't know how certain cooldowns are. It's good to maybe put some of that stuff up. But once you get to the point where you don't need it anymore, just remove it, just get rid of it.
Dude, my pet's gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh shit! Help me! Please help me. Please help me. I'm dead. I'm actually dead! No! God damn it, I wasn't paying attention what I was doing!
Wasn't paying attention.
Why did I invite that fucking dude? Like, I was worried about inviting him.
we see this hobo baggins all the time.
There's no point in me trying to like get range.
We always see hobo baggins. I don't know. He was probably, where he was probably like 20, level 20, 24 in that range. Oh my god. Just look at two people who are dead already. Like two people are already almost dead. Yeah, let's rewind this.
There's no point in me trying to like.
Okay, so all right, we can look at this right here. We can already see there's all kinds of problems here. Okay, there's all kinds of problems. Why is this person standing here? Why is this person standing here? Okay, like if you're in this room, right? You're heading towards the Emperor. These mobs, there's a lot of pathers and stuff. Like there should be one person in front, and everybody should be standing behind him. Okay, you shouldn't have one guy over here shooting and one guy over here. This guy's going to aggro this group, and this guy looks like he's going to shoot this person. So immediately you're pulling multiple groups right off the bat. It's like, what the fuck? What's going on here? You know what I mean? So just no communication at all.
Get range.
Okay, he just body pulled these, and let's see if this one. Now this is a torch bearer, so maybe he doesn't automatically pull this group. But if he runs past here, he's going to pull this group. I bet. Let's see. No, he did. See, he pulled that group, right? Yeah, he pulled that group. Plus, like you said. He shot this guy, so it's possible that when he comes over, he's going to pull this group, and now you've got 3 groups. Okay? It's just like... This is all kind of fucked. This is just all kind of fucked up. I mean, this is so bad.
Me trying to like get range.
Now, who is his character? Like, is he the paladin? No, he's Hobo Baggins, which is... he's a hunter, and then I guess this is the tank. I mean he's shooting. I'm assuming that this is like a tank. And I don't know. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Oh, they got it. Oh my god! So they got this group plus this group plus this group. So right over there, now if they get this one, they could get a good old. They could get they could get 4 groups. And this could go down as one of the worst pulls I've ever seen. Oh my god. Let's see if they get the 4th. I can't tell because he's already running. Oh, then look, he body pulled the one to the right. So now we're at 4 groups. 5 groups. They got the one in the middle. He pulled this one here. They have 5 groups. Oh my god. This is comical how bad this is. They're all dead.
Fucking god, bro. That's a big one.
That's a big one. That's what she said.
I'm getting the pass out. It's how bubbled.
What do you say? How did they do it? I am super impressed I am so impressed they managed to survive. How did they even survive this? I mean, the fact that they survived this is actually quite impressive. Like, how did they survive? I thought they were all dead. I mean, the fact that they survived this, like, this guy's almost dead.
Oh my fucking god, bro. That's a big one.
Well, one guy bubbled, another one ice blocked.
I'm getting the pass out.
So this is the mage, and Taboy, that's the tank. I don't know. I can't believe it. Well, here's Latvis. Latvis is the tank. This guy. Taboy is a paladin healer, I think. So it looks like there's 2 paladins, or is that a dwarf priest? I can't tell. No, see, Taboy is a paladin because he's got bubble. I don't know how they survived that. Like I said, that's incredibly impressive that they survived that. It was in a dwarf priest. That's really impressive that I mean, that was 5 groups they pulled.
I have this as well if you want.
I can't watch Peekaboo. He seems like a nice person, but he annoys me for some reason.
Hours later.
Actually, I know why it annoys me because he does like over the top facial expressions, like you know, which I don't get. I don't get into. Like this kind of shit is just like woo. It's like, what are you, a fucking gorilla? Yeah, I don't buy into that crap.
You walk.
Look at This is why I suck as a streamer, guys. This is why I'm a terrible streamer, because I don't get on stream with a big hoodie. I don't jump around like an orangutan. This is why I suck at streaming. Who's Bean? I know I've heard the name Bean. Oh, Bean's that big fat dude, right? Oh, is that bad to say that? He's a big fat dude? Yeah, I know who Bean is. Actually, I didn't. I had to think about it for a second. Bean's the guy that died that one time. Yeah, Bean's the guy that died that one time when Peekaboo, wasn't it Peekaboo who like pulled? Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Peekaboo who pulled in Skolamons, and then he was trying to save Peekaboo, but then Peekaboo vanished, and he ended up dying like a few feet from the instance entrance.
Did I like DC somewhere? Oh, he's so fucking pissed. I'll be so fucking pissed. So has it been so shitty? Are you fucking kidding me?
The other thing that I would like to get $100 for every time somebody says, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Right? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the first thing you hear people say when they die, you know? Are you fucking kidding me? And school out jumps in the office, and such thing as, yeah, the whole getting offended is stupid, is ridiculous.
Dispel. Very good.
We've seen this guy a lot. I don't even know who this guy is, but I see him on these clips all the time.
Alright, guys, go ahead and throw him. Get melee, get out. Don't run too far. Don't run too
Let's see if we can recognize any of the names in this raid. I don't know all these people. No, I don't recognize. No. I do know a player named Oak, but I don't know if it's this guy. And he plays hardcore, so I may know who Oak is, believe it or not. Because he was in my guild. I don't recognize anybody else in this guild.
too far.
Roshanks died.
Let the tanks get aggro.
And he's the healer too.
Saving you is dead. No fucking way.
What is the... Now I'm looking at his shirt. What is the fourth Valanier? I don't know. What was that audio? Wait, what was that audio sound he's... What's that audio sound he's got going on? He's got like a woman's voice in the background. Connect? I don't know. She's saying something.
Oh, we might die. Team cannot. Nope. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but I was trying not to be too negative. But I can't stand the frames like this when it's like dark. Yeah, I hate this. I totally agree with you. I hate that. I can't stand
Come on,
it.
baby. Here we go. Can we kill the boss? Holy shit. I die. I die. I die.
Well, he took it well. He took it well.
Where's the guy I just made run away?
It's too far away.
I'm gonna die. I'm legit gonna die. Oh no, this isn't even gonna help. Oh.
And people that get this crazy about a level 9 character. What? You know what I mean? Like...
Ah! No! I've got nothing I can do. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
Proof of my worth. What does that mean? Oh my god! Oh my god, is this thing gonna actually fucking kill me? No shot. Oh dear. Oh my god.
Do you think she shows her boobs because she's trying to get more views? Oh god. What do you think? Like every woman streamer is like, especially if they're not the most attractive woman streamer, it's like they throw their boobs right in your face. Not that she's not attractive. I don't mean to be like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, her window is big. It's like, hey, look at my boobs, right? It's like, hey, check out my boobs. Did I mention my boobs?
Oh my god.
Like, here's my boobs.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Can you imagine like talking to her in real life if she screeched like, "Oh my god," like that? Oh wait, let's zoom in on her boobs.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, this is the area that I was grinding on my shaman for like a whole day. This area is awesome. Like for like just like grind leveling, this area was actually quite a lot of fun. What'd you say? Look at the question above normal WoW chat placement. Yeah, where is his WoW chat? I can't even see it. You talking about this guy? All I see is the death log. Oh, the girl. Here's the death log. Here's damage. Here's her window. Here's, I don't know what this is. I don't even, I mean, her WoW chat's probably behind. A lot of people, like, they hide it. You know what I mean? They use this window to hide it. Yeah, they overlay. Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I love to see people's faces, like how they get like more stressed out when the shit hits the fan. Like he looked like so calm, right? Like look at his face. Like here his face is very calm. And here not so much. Oh, is there a safe spot? I don't know. Is there like a safe spot here? He took it well.
Dude, look at my hair, bro. Oh wait, where is she? Oh.
He's gonna fall off. He's gonna fall off. He's gonna fall off. He's gonna jump. Wait, whoa! What the heck was that? I don't know what that was. Okay, I don't want to hear this. The music's annoying me. Oh my. Okay, look at this interface. Holy hell! Look at how much of his screen is taken up by interface shit. Like, why does the party have to be so big? Why are his buttons like taking up the entire bottom of the screen? And then, okay, and this, like this haste DPS crit, why does this even need to be here? I see people put stuff on the UI that's like so stupid. It's like, oh, you saved having to click a button to look at this, right? Like, come on, right? Why is your questy expanded out? Do you really need to look at this? Ah, blows my mind, man. Why is there this big hammer here? Why does this need to be here? Why did he drag out his guild chat window? Does he really need to see the guild chat that much? Is it that important? You know, it's just crazy. Let's rewind it. Let's see what happened.
Fairly quick, so thankfully that
Okay.
saves us like 20 minutes.
And the girl screech. The girl screech. Ah! I can't even make that sound. Did you hear him screech like wail like a girl or something? What was that all about?
Well, actually, the boots dropped fairly quick, so thankfully that saves us like 20 minutes.
What was that?
We might need a bedroom actually. Yeah, just
Where do these come from?
I don't know. Just
You dare
everyone
die
leave.
there, come on.
It might have been my totems. No.
Wait.
It probably was.
It might have been your totems. I don't think there's any question that was. At least he's got a roach. At least he's got a roach thing, but it's not on a keybind. It's like if you're gonna make a macro to target the roach, at least put it on a fucking keybind, right?
But I actually don't know.
That's the other thing you see on these hardcore clips. You see so many people not using keybinds. You know, it's like you see people like honestly, right? When you get to level 60, you need to have like if you're gonna like do leaf group, like the people like they leaf group Petri, which I wish they would get rid of Petri. One thing they need to do in hardcore WoW and the hardcore servers is they need to remove Petri. It needs to be removed. Okay, the whole Petri thing is just stupid. You know, it's dumb. You know, like what makes hardcore servers work? One of the best things about hardcore servers, which doesn't work in a regular not hardcore server, is that if you have a WoW server that's not hardcore, everybody levels up to 60. But what happens to the low level zones? The longer the server's been out, the more and more dead the low level zones get. Because everybody gets their characters to 60 and they play at 60. They do their raids, they do their dungeons. They may make an alt here and there, right? So you'll have a few people. But what's so cool about a hardcore server is you constantly have people in the low level zones because they die, they have to start over. They die, they have to start over. What does that do? That infuses the economy with low level materials. That infuses the zones with just making it feel like the game's alive because there's actually people everywhere. You know, that also leveling is, in my opinion, the most enjoyable aspect of vanilla anyway. Like that journey from 1 to 60 is what makes the game really fun. So it's really cool. And so if you want to, you know, Petri kind of hurts that a little bit because people, a lot of times people don't die because they just Petri. So it's dumb. It's a dumb mechanic. Get rid of it. And I think I was watching a stream or like some sort of a clip a couple weeks ago, and I'm trying to remember I think it might have been Grubby. It was somebody, you know, and they had asked the question in their stream, do you think we should get rid of petrification flasks? Should we get rid of them? And I think most people in their stream said yes. And the other thing about getting rid of them that would make the game so much more fun, because when you look at this YouTube channel here, WoW Hardcore Clips, and we see all these clips of people dying, just imagine if there was no petrification flasks in WoW, in Hardcore. I mean, the amount of deaths showing up on this channel would like quadruple probably, or they would at least triple, right? At least triple. Because all the high level characters would start dying. I mean, just for example, like when I was on Skull Rock, I think I only petried once. I think out of all the times I did dungeons up on my Hunter and Skull Rock, and I never died at 60 on Skull Rock. I think I only petried once. And even when I petried, it was like, oh no, I petried on UBRS when I had to pull the boss. Remember, he flamed me or whatever. You know, he conflagged me, and I had to petri the conflag because it probably could have killed me. So, I mean, maybe it wouldn't have because I had greater fire resistance potion up, so it probably wouldn't have killed me. But it was one of those things where I wasn't going to risk it, you know, because I was pulling the boss all the way out. Everybody's all the way back in the other room, so I was just safe. It was just safe to petri. It was, you're not going to risk your character's life thinking, well, maybe it won't kill me. You know what I mean? Oh, they OnlyFans restricted Petri. Yeah, well, it's stupid. Well, I'm glad that OnlyFans restricted it because it's a mechanic that I think shouldn't be in the game. So.
Yeah.
Probably this one. Yeah, I think it's this one.
I'm not looting. That's my curse.
Look at those luscious locks. Look at the luscious locks.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, the quest.
Wait, what's this?
A death that's all yours.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's
I mean, wait, hold on a second.
Let's not. He should give it to someone who's guaranteed to tank in a raid. To be honest, that's Quell Sarar. That should go to Tyler.
Oh, okay.
Or Tyler.
I don't mind. I don't mind giving it away.
I think we all need for the
Need for clout.
Need for clout.
Need for clout.
All right. Yeah.
Everyone's needing for clout.
If I win this, it goes to my warrior.
Poppy gets the clout. This is bullshit. This is bull.
They would just walk through this bush over here.
And they wander. That's so scary.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that they claim he's such a great mage. I personally don't play mage that much, so I don't really have a lot of. I would never really comment on that too much because I don't play mage much in vanilla. And I've never really watched Ompi, but I've heard them talk about how great he is. But like I said, I've never watched him, so I don't really have any. I don't know if he is or not.
Someone just fucking.
And again, another hunter with weapon swing timers for melee, which is kind of pointless, but
ran through
whatever.
here and they like aggroed on like 4 fucking Mintars.
That was scary.
How did I? Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead.
That was scary.
Shit.
I've seen this guy once in one of the other hardcore clips. The guy's playing with a controller, and he's always like riding a stationary bike or something.
Stupid. Just hunter moments.
Why can't I? Because somehow I untargeted my pet. Oh shit.
Yeah, I've seen him one time on one of the other hard clips dying.
Okay. Bop. Bop. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna die. Bop. Please don't die. Jesus Christ. And just like that, I almost fucking died.
Forfeit.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, I feel like coming to this place is better than going to the Eiffel Tower. I've been to the Eiffel Tower. It's way better to sightsee this virtual location in a game where shit went down than to watch some.
We'll have a new one.
Than to watch some cliche.
Is that what that is? Is that a foam spit filter? Is that what that is? I didn't even know what that was on his microphone.
It's actually cooler. Like this place right here. People died here that I know.
We need to get Grubby. We need to contact Grubby and get him to install Reshade. How can we contact Grubby? Let's see if we can get a hold of this guy. Let's see. I'm not part of the OnlyFans. Grubby. We need to help this guy out because, man, he's playing that game. You know what I mean? I feel sorry watching Grubby because I like Grubby. He seems like a nice guy. It kind of hurts me to watch him, playing the game with such bad visuals. Let's see more links. Here, we can probably get him. He's got his own Discord, it looks like. So let's see if we can get a hold of Grubby. Grubby. I don't know, like here. Grubby, Twitch. You must complete a few more steps. Okay. Be a grubber, be an individual. Must like Lord of the Rings, or at least have seen it. At least, yeah. Okay, I love Lord of the Rings. It's like the Rings of Power. So he likes Lord of the Rings. That's cool. I don't see him. I would prefer to just private message him because he seems like the kind of person that would probably read his private messages. But if he's one of those people that has a Discord server where he doesn't, oh yeah, here we go. Here, let's see. I see you playing WoW, but it hurts me that your visuals are so bad. Install. Reshade. Thank me later. Oh. Whether or not he reads that, we'll find out. The shameless plug. Actually, let's edit that. Actually, let's not give him my YouTube. Let's just give him, I don't know. Let's just give him, let's do something like that. Does this one have a good, I just want to give him a video that we could actually see the visuals nicely.
The quest just south of Goldshire, and unit scan installed, so it's, and now
Yeah,
to
that one.
to knock out some of these.
No, that's not a good one.
Not working.
We'll just let him figure it out. And we're gonna just because I'm anal, we're gonna make sure this is right. So you can see what the filters can do for the look of your game. That's fine. We'll see if he responds. But it does hurt me to watch him playing with. Obviously, the graphics could be a lot better. You know what I mean? He could get some better colors. And the other thing too, I think the one thing that's really nice about using reshade is really the sharpen. You know, and it's good for people who are watching your stream because it's going to sharpen up these icons. It's going to sharpen up the text, even just the text on your characters' names. The text in any text you see on the screen in the game is going to be sharper, right? And it really makes the stream look a lot better. And so it's nice for people that are just watching the game. So if I turn off the sharpen again, I don't know if you'd be able to tell it in this screen, but like if you look at like the name here, it's let's see if it makes a difference on this name Shady Mist here, just the sharpen. Yeah. It's hard to notice it in this particular way. I noticed it on the word Duskwood kind of changed. But
Snoopy died here, Cillian died here, and Potts died here. Sliptachi, Pirate, Zeroji, whatever, right? It's actually, this place right here is better than all of Paris. It's even more romantic.
It's even
I'm gonna kiss a homie.
It's even more romantic.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I've been to the Eiffel Tower, and I actually personally I love Paris, so I would never say that that's better than Paris, but whatever. I understand what he's saying though. No, not really. You don't have to. No, you don't have to do them all. No, when you do reshade, like you don't need to do them all. So, like if I go here, right? I mean, you don't need them all. So, go. That's why, if I were to go into reshade here and here, where's WoW? All right. Now, since I already have it installed, what will happen is it'll say, do you want to update or reshade or uninstall? Because I already have it. I'm just going to say update, reshade and effects. Actually, I don't want to break mine, but yeah, you don't need to do them all, right? Like if you look at mine, the only ones I'm using are basically the legacy effects. I mean, this is all I have. So this list here is the only filters I have. And in fact, I don't use most of them. But that's it. But yeah, there's way more than that you can install. So the most important ones really are levels, curves, colorfulness. These right here, I think are the most important ones. These for me, in my experience, these are the ones that have given me the best like look of the game. So anyways, I've been yakking for like an hour or something, and I'm kind of a little bit burned out on leveling the warrior, not because I can't level the warrior, but it's a grind. I mean, leveling gray gear is very much a grind. So what I think I'm going to do in my next stream is I'm going to jump back probably and play the shaman and let the warrior build up some rest time, because when the warrior gets like up when I'm on full rest time, I can, the grind, it doesn't feel so bad. We could level quite a bit quicker. I leveled, like right now I'm level 25. I leveled from, I think 21 to 23 almost entire, on a lot of it was rest time, so it made the experience go by pretty quick. The problem I'm having right now is I need to find some humanoid targets to kill. That way we can start searching for more upgraded gear, gray gear, because the drop rates on the gray gear are very, very low.
Need help?
So let's grab a few more scrolls because we're going to end up needing some of this stuff. Let's sell stuff we don't need. There's all this junk. And gooey, we can actually use gooey. We can actually use that. Oh, I didn't. We got a small one. We got a dagger. So we're getting closer. Once we get to 5 gold, we can respec. Okay. And you may think, why am I not selling these items? Because these are my gray items that I use. In fact, it's hilarious that a lot of my items, when you drag them to the bag, a lot of these items have the little gold coin on the icon telling you, hey, sell this item because it's basically garbage. Well, for me, it's not garbage. It's actually what I use. So I also had to turn off my add-on that automatically sells gray gear because it would keep selling my gear all the time. It would just sell all my gear. Every time I went to a vendor, it was like selling my, wait a minute, like this is my gear, this is what I'm using. So it's kind of funny, actually. It's like, stop selling my gear.
Go with honor, friend.
Yeah, my scrap add-on, yeah, so. But you can just go into scrap, and there's a setting that just says, don't sell gear or whatever. So we turn that off. But yeah, I got the shaman here that I was leveling, and the shaman's actually pretty cool. I like warrior way more than shaman. I'll have to go to bed here pretty soon. I'm going to a horse show tomorrow with my wife, but I'll probably only be gone for 3 or 4 hours. So, but just to show you the shaman, like I'm building this character out as kind of a tank. So if you go in the enhancement tree, we've got shield specialization 5 out of 5. We've got anticipation 5 out of 5. So increase my dodge. Actually, my base dodge on this character is actually quite good. Like my avoidance, like look at my dodge chance is 14.8. And my block is 10.8. So I actually have pretty good mitigation on this character. Right? Now I gotta remember how to play this character. I haven't played this so long, I don't remember which totems I use. It's been a while. But look at that. Just like remember how hard it was for my gray geared character to like kill a mob? Like I'm level 26 and this is level 22. The mob was dead before I even remembered which totems to put down. I was like, what totems I put down? And then the mob was just like dead.
Lovely.
I can't remember. Do I have my mana spring totem? Hold on a second. I gotta remember because I do have mana spring. I have to have it. Where did I put it? Yeah, we got our mana spring totem. Cool. I think I had just gotten it when I stopped playing my shaman. So yeah, shaman is the class in World of Warcraft I've played the least. It's like the class that I've played the absolute least. So I'm terrible at shaman. Well, I'm not saying I'm terrible. I mean, I haven't played the class that much, so I obviously don't know it. So, how much mana does it give me? Let's see. Oh, it's not a lot. 4 mana every 2 sides. That's actually pretty bad. But it's better than nothing. But it's not great. Ooh, I remembered where my cleansing totem was, right? Yeah, poison cleansing totem. Since he got poison on me. Yeah, Shaman's pretty cool. I think the Shaman, I mean, it's pretty fun. It's definitely, I think what always turned me off with Shamans previously was just the amount of totems, because it requires a ton of keybinds. And, you know, earlier, in my earlier days of playing WoW, I never was good at managing that many keybinds, you know? I mean, if you look, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And so right now it looks like I've got 11 totems. That's a lot of totems. And I'm only level 26. But I think we do have most of the totems, I think. I believe. But yeah, there's way more people on the Horde than Alliance, so. Anyways, I'm going to stop this. I'm not going to stream any more of the gameplay because I'm just falling asleep. But yeah, we'll see what Grubby says. I see you playing WoW, but it hurts me that your visuals are so bad. So I'll reshade and thank me later. If you need help setting, let me know. It's super easy. And then I gave him that. What else we got? Oh, this is Grubby's community. Nova. Oops, I hate it when I do that. Somehow I hate it when I accidentally grab stuff into a group. And I always forget how to get it out. Oh, I guess you just click on it. Then got a folder. Close. Oh, how do you, I hate it when I do this, when I actually, let's see if I can pull it out. Yeah, and then you pull them out and then the folder disappears. Sometimes you can accidentally in Discord, actually, I'm sure you've done that, and we actually pull it into a folder. Actually, I'll tell you what we can play really quick, just for a few minutes before I go to bed. Let's hit this. Before I hit the sack, let's play a little Terra. Let's play a little Terra just for a few seconds. Just for a few seconds. Oh, you didn't know it did that? That it pulls them into a group? Yeah, sometimes it does. You know? The Gunner. The Brawler class in Terra was pretty cool. I don't know if the Brawler's in this version, but the Brawler class is actually pretty fun. That's pretty cool. Is this like a dead end here? Yeah, it is. Here, instead of doing this, let me see. All right, I want to see. Let's see. Log out. Really? I want to see if they have the Brawler class in this version. New character. You cannot create any more characters, so you only get 2? Really? Okay. Oh, see, the gunner is Yeah, they don't have that. They just got the gunner. Reaper, Berserker, Lancer, Slayer, Warrior. So, yeah, so they don't have the Brawler. The Brawler class is actually pretty cool. But they don't have it in this version of Terra. That's fine. That's fine. I was just curious. I was just curious. And I don't think we need this anymore. All right. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe tomorrow we'll play the... I think it is so incredibly brutal. Hey, what's up, Lost? Yeah, the Shami's still good. I was just playing the hardcore. Yeah, the Shaman's good. I'm probably going to play the Shaman tomorrow, I think, maybe. I'm kind of swapping between... Right now, I'm swapping between the Shaman and the Grey Gear Warrior. The Grey Gear Warrior is so brutal, like leveling, is very slow, obviously, in Grey Gear, so I may take breaks here and there and just play the Shaman. And that way, the Grey Gear Warrior can, like, get... Yeah, the Shaman's level 26. That way the Grey Gear Warrior can get a little bit of rest time, and it, helps leveling her be not quite so painful. Because shit is very painful leveling her up. But I got her to 25, dude. Yeah. Yeah, the Grey Gear Warrior is level 25. I think a lot of people probably didn't even think I'd get to 25. So there was someone in the stream the other day, and I said, because I'm giving myself about a 1 in 3 chance of getting the Grey Gear Warrior to 60. I said maybe a 1 in 3. I think it'll be really difficult to get her to 60. And then someone was in the stream, and they go 1 in 3. They go, I'll give you a 1 in 600. That's what they said. They go, I'll give you a 1 in 600. So. You got a 33 rogue? 33 rogue? Well, I'm not the fastest leveler. But the Shaman's pretty easy, though. Like, I've got most of my totems now. I got the Mana Spring and everything. What do you mean I would kill myself before it dies? What do you mean? Sounds like you would kill yourself before it dies? Yeah. The Grey Warrior? I'm 25. It's the leveling's been about a little bit more than twice as long. I'd say 2.5x. So like if it takes you like 10 hours to get to level 15 or something, it takes you like 25 hours to get to 15 on the Grey Gear. Yeah, I'm level 25 currently on the Grey Gear Warrior. And well, Execute definitely helped quite a bit. Getting Execute at level 24 was definitely a big improvement. The only problem, with Execute is obviously the more rage you have, the more damage Execute's going to do. And you don't have a lot of rage at level 25, so trying to pull up rage can be not always necessarily a good thing. Like when you're on a warrior, even when you're on like a regular warrior, there's going to be times when you have a bunch of rage built up. Maybe you've got like 50 rage, but the mob only has a little bit of health left, so you don't want to use Execute on the mob because it's going to use all your rage. You just want to maybe throw in like a heroic strike and finish them off, and that way you can save a lot of that rage for the next fight. Now that's another thing to consider. I'm glad you mentioned that because it made me think. The reason I like the Grey Gear Warrior is it's really challenging, but it is very grindy. But I don't really mind something that's really grindy. But no, I don't want. Yeah, so if we go back to I want to go to the talent calculator again. So because of the fact that, like I said, Execute does use all of your rage, and you don't always, you might want to throw in like a heroic strike to finish off the target and then save that rage for the next fight. But you got to remember, if you don't have tactical mastery, a lot of your rage is going to decay really quickly. Once you get anger management, the time required for your rage to decay while out of combat, it increases that time. So one of the things that can help you level is just by going down and getting anger management, because that way, as you're killing mobs, you know, you're going to have more rage in between pulls. But because it is a Great Gear Warrior, you spend a lot of time, you know, healing. So, you know, bandages and cooking and food are going to be really important. Yeah, finding a, yeah, I mean, I got this item here. I think it was this one, the worn chainmail chest piece, like to drop the other day, and it was, yeah, I felt like I won the lottery, man. It was because I'd basically been killing mobs for like 5 hours before I got that, you know. But you have to spec differently. Yeah, you definitely have to spec differently. And one thing I tried first was going into protection. The shaman's level 20. We were just talking about the shaman, Sam. She's the shaman's level 26. I was just taking a break from the shaman, playing the Grey Gear Warrior, but I think I might play the shaman tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, Grey Gear Warrior's still alive. Here, let me log in so you can. Yeah, I just got her to 25. 25. I'm just really. Ugh. I'm tired. Sorry. Yeah, the Grey Gear Warrior is a real grind. I mean, it's a lot of effort. It is like, because I have to constantly be aware of all the mobs when I'm pulling. You know. No, I you know, I don't play Horde that much, Sam. Like in vanilla? No, not in vanilla. I mean, I've got Hordes to 60 max level, of course, but not. I didn't max level Horde characters until Burning Crusade. When the Burning Crusade came out and they had the Blood Elves, I you know, I leveled some Blood Elves to max level. But until before TBC though, yeah, I never leveled. Like in vanilla, I don't think in vanilla. I'm trying to think if I have. I don't think I've ever done it in vanilla, Sam. I don't think I've ever leveled a Horde to 60 in vanilla. Not that I can remember. You know, once TBC, yeah, for sure. Once TBC came out, I did. But even on a private server, because I always play Alliance. Yeah, the Shaman's 26, and the Warrior's 25. And I was just laughing how, like, on the Shaman, like, it's so easy to kill people. Like when you're leveling the Grey Gear Warrior, it's like an effort. Like it is an actual. Every fight is a battle. You know, it's like if I go on the Shaman, we can go pull mobs, and it's just like I can fall asleep. You know. I use Frostbrand all the time. I like Frostbrand because, I mean, it doesn't do as much damage as Rockbiter probably, but I like Frostbrand because I don't want runners, you know? I don't want mobs running. And a lot of times I'll get to a situation where I'm fighting multiple mobs, and it's just nice to manage. It's just basically lets me control the fights better. You know what I mean? And so I like the Horde. The Horde's cool. The one thing about the Horde is there's way more people on the Horde side on the server. I mean, it's like someone was saying it's 8-1, but I totally don't believe that. In fact, if I remember correctly, these servers have faction balance, I thought. You know? I thought these servers had faction balance at the beginning, didn't they? Maybe when they first came out? You know? You know? Honestly, I haven't played this character in a minute, so I gotta remember how to play this character, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't even know. The Mana Spring Totem seems kind of pointless. You know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't regen that much mana at this level. So it's like, yes, it seems almost kind of pointless. What are you saying? You're glad that I'm playing Horde? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm playing Horde and Alliance, both. Yeah, it's just pointless, yeah. There was a... Wasn't there an herb here? Did I just... I mean, did I just gather it like when I was... No, I guess it disappeared. I thought there was an herb there. I was just testing it out to see if it did anything, because I just got it, I think, at level 26, so I hadn't had it very long. Yeah, well, you know me, I never do the norm. Yeah. Yeah, I never do the norm. I'm just like, ah, fuck that. Look how many people there are over here. Oh, we got the emblazoned chest piece. We got that. Yeah. Everyone usually, you said everyone, the player base in general, everyone usually goes ally for their rating. Well, not on this server. Well, you got the OnlyFans guild here, which is really popular, so that's why I think a lot of people are Horde, you know. I haven't played this character in a while, so probably should be a little bit more careful with what I'm doing. I'm kind of being cavalier here. Just like, yeah, it's fine, it's all good, but this is a hardcore server. But it just feels so different because after playing the Grey Gear Warrior, I feel like a god when I get on the Shaman. You know what I mean? After playing the Grey Gear Warrior, this feels like I'm unstoppable. You know? It's like, oh, I'm unstoppable now. Where's the... Yeah, let's put this down. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's because of the add-on. I mean, not the add-ons, because I use Action Cam. Yeah. It's because I'm using Action Cam. I like it off center. I can't stand it. I can't stand playing with the character right in front of me. Can't even see the enemy hardly. Yeah, it's Action Cam. It's built into the game, into the client. Someone invited me. Who is it? Is that you? Oh, that's Lost. I think that's Lost invited me. You got a gift for me? You found it yesterday, you can't use it? Where are you at? I like gifts. Oh, you're all the way over in Ogrimmar. It's like, die already.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
I seem to be screwed, huh? Yeah. My totem's trying to get me killed. You see that? You gotta love how the totem will just like shoot like a different, like if you're not paying attention, the totem will just shoot a different target. It's like whatever's closest. It's like, okay, yeah, it's trying to get me killed. Yeah, I always, if I get more than one mob, I always drop Stoneclaw. Like whenever I get more than one mob, Stoneclaw comes out like every time. Oh, did you see what I just looted? Look what I just looted, guys. The linked chain boots, which would be an upgrade for my, you know, my Grey Gear Warrior, my Grey Gear Warrior. Although she may actually have those already. She may actually have those. Wait. Here, lost, or, yeah, lost. I'm gonna Hearth to Undercity. Lost, I'll Hearth to Undercity, because I gotta get to bed, so if you probably can meet me in the Undercity, since it looks like you're almost to the Undercity. All right, good night, Sam. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm going to. It's like almost 4 in the morning here, so I have to go to some horse show tomorrow. We thought it was today. It was so funny. We drove over to the horse show, which it was today. And my wife's like, "How come there's nobody here?" And then she looked at her phone and she goes, "Oh, it's tomorrow." I was just like, "You dick a dong." I can't believe she did that. All right, let's see where. Let's see where Lost is. I'm coming to the front of the Undercity. Oh, damn. You got all this stuff? Shit. Damn, dude. Thank you, Lost. There it is. Look. I never really looked at the dance for the troll. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Big tanks. Tanks. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
I don't know if I even have rings. Do I have rings? Oh, I do. I'm going with the dodge rings. Nice. Yeah. Oh, did you see what I... Yeah. Lost. Look at what I did for my ring. So what I decided to do on this character was push my... Because my dodge was already fairly decent because of my talents, right? But I went ahead and bought the Prairie Ring of Leading... Ring. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm too tired. The Prairie Ring of Eluding, which is 1% dodge, 1 agility. And then I also bought the Metal Ring of Eluding. 1% dodge, 1% agility. So that helped me push my dodge all the way up to where it is right now, which is 14.8%. So when we get more agility stacked, you know, hopefully over the next few levels, you know, we're going to have like, you know, we're going for like a lot of dodge and a lot of crit and dodge, basically. You know, hopefully crit, dodge, stamina. But we're mixing. I have a lot of Eagle gear too, so. But yeah, we'll see where we end up. I'm also an alchemist, so you know, once we get more and higher alchemy, we'll be able to have some agility potions and different things. It'll help. But I gotta get to bed. I'm falling asleep at the computer here. Thanks for stopping by, guys, and hope everybody has a good night or morning wherever you are in the world. And I should be playing tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going out with the wife around probably 1 p.m. So I'll probably stream a little bit in the morning, and then I'll stream in the afternoon. So, yep. Good night, OFC. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow probably. Peace out. Peace out.